Welcome to Board Game Empire. We're going to be giving you a brief overview and our thoughts and review on Merchants of the Dark Road by Elf Creek Games. So they sent us this game to review quite a while ago, I think, and we just hadn't got to it. It's a longer game.
It's only been a month.
Has it been a month? Oh, I thought it was longer. So it's a longer game to play, so we had to wait until we had some time. With setup and playing, of course, we took a few breaks. We probably had like three hours in.
Yeah, we both had bad backs.
So. But we had to take a break halfway through. But it takes a little time on your first setup, definitely. Well, setup would take a while, no matter if you played it a few times or not, because you have to put this board together and things. But I do think that it's worth the setup. It's one of those games that it probably won't make it to the table a lot, but it's one of those games where you kind of have to be in the mood to play, you know, a little more complex, longer game, because I was in the perfect mood to play this game when we played it. So basically you're a merchant and you're trying to be the most successful, either by getting the most coins or the most points. That's the kind of the twist in the scoring in this game. Whichever is the lowest of the value of it, either your total amount of coins or your total score here around the board, whichever is the lowest is your actual score for the game. So it makes it difficult because you've got your coins hidden behind these screens. So unless you kind of have to, it's easier in a two-player game, I would think, to pay attention. I knew he had more coins than points. I could just tell. So my goal, even though I did lose because I couldn't accomplish what I was trying to do, I tried to keep my points and my coins near as long as they were above his points. Well, he's up here now, but he was behind me before it. As long as I was above the amount he had in points, I knew I was pretty good because that was going to be his final score, and I was correct. It was. He had a lot more money than points. But near the end, I was having a hard time getting coins. I had no problem getting points. It was the coins I was having a hard time getting.
Well, you didn't explain why.
I know, but I was going to go over it. So, but that's the twist in this game is you're scoring, even though you're doing really well in scoring points, you still may not win if your coins are less than your score and your opponent did better than you on getting a higher amount between the lowest score. So your merchant, you have your wagon board. You will be adding possibly an upgrade to one of these spots, or there's other upgrades you could put in your inventory. You'll be collecting your resources here that you will be selling to, what were these guys called? Heroes, hero cards. You have your companion cards that will come and play later that will also possibly help you in getting further in your resources and through the game. But the heroes, they give you rewards right away based on, and coins. You're selling to them and you're basing the amount you sell it for on the market board. That's changing fairly often as players visit the Great Bazaar. They'll be changing that market wheel.
And the heroes cards go here on top, and then commissions go here to the left. You can only have 3 at each time.
Yeah, so you have to, and your resources have to fit within this space on your board, this little grid here. If it can't fit, you can't put any more there. So, but you hopefully will be selling them and turning them in often to get points or rewards. So you start out here in between Ringway Inn and the Dark Market. All players start out here. So you're going to be, I'm just going to briefly, because it's a kind of a complex game, but you're going to have some night dice. You'll have 3 here that are 1, 2, and 3 to start out. And then you're going to have an additional 4 dice down here in basically your storage. So you're going to be pushing dice, either 1, 2, or 3. You're going to be pushing dice up, one of those dice up to your, these are your lock dice to your active dice. So either 1, 2, or 3 you're going to be putting in there. Whatever the number is on that dice is the amount of spaces you can move your wagon. That starts right there. Also, it will determine what resource you get in some instances. And you could, where's the eliminated dice? If you want to, and if you used the dice in slot 2, you could see this little benefit right here. It allows you to either get a lantern, or you could get an illuminated dice. What these illuminated dice do, that is the only dice that can go in that second slot. You could choose to bring that up. That allows you to activate 2 different districts and the nearby building if you were nearby a building. All the spaces are adjacent to a building except for this space right here. You cannot activate a building. So when you're choosing, you'll just put your dice on whichever, say I'm right here, so I'm going to interact with these two. I also could have done this one. Sometimes you have 3 choices, and I could also activate this building. This building has an instant reward of getting to roll the Oracle dice. So you would just roll that and get its reward. That was 2 prestige points. It gives you various things, resources, gives you a hero, the quartz, which is needed to activate companions' abilities. So there's so much you can do in this game. But so when you go to the Ringway Inn, you're basically trying to sell these heroes the goods they want. You have to sell them at least 1 to claim them. They'll have 3 goods they want up here. If it's a upgraded one, so if it's all shiny, you do get an additional, you get a quartz and a coin on top of the money you get based on what the value is on the market wheel. So if you sold this rod right here, that is worth one coin. So you're hoping to be able to sell high. The 5 is the highest. What were you going to say?
Oh, it's almost same up here.
And then later, once you have these, you're going to be putting these on the top of your board. Like you said, you can only have 3. This one wants to be delivered to Cursa Karn. So when you're traveling, if you activate the travel district, you will then just determine if it's you, the active player. Everyone, that's the cool thing about this game. Everyone can participate in the caravan if they want. You do, sometimes there are penalties on the cards you pull, the travel cards. Basically, depending on what die you pick, you're going to be rolling the travel dice, 1 for each player that's in. Sometimes you will get 1 from your companion card you chose. If you chose the one with the dice on it, you're going to roll all of them. And then depending on which path you took, if you took the shortcut, the person to the active player's right or left, I think, gets to pick first of the dice. If you take the dark road, the person who's activated the travel gets to pick the first dice. And the reason for that, if you pick the shortcut, you get two of these rewards down here instead of 1. That's the benefit. The benefit of another player getting in on this is they were hoping to get lucky and be able to get a dice that gets them rewards. The different rewards on those cards are resources, Oracle die, wasn't there heroes on there?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of different things in the game that you can get to help you advance faster. So you're going to be, say you want, I decided to travel there and go to Cursican. I then trade in the 3 resources. If I have the 3 resources here, again, all 3 of them, I would get 6 points right away. If I only have 2 of them, I get 3 points. If I have 1, I get 1 point. You can turn it in and not get any points, but that would be kind of pointless.
You get 1 extra point if it's upgraded resource.
Right. So that's a way to get points. The Ringway is a way to get coins for your heroes. You get points for your heroes when you deliver them to where they want to travel to. When you go to the Great Bazaar, you will be turning the wheel by 1. And then you can also move you could take one die and re-roll it and move it, correct?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember everything you do. And then you can purchase as much as you can afford in coins. You can purchase resources. The cool thing is, like here, this book has 2 dice on it. So
You
one
purchase,
book
you
is
sell?
no, you purchase at the Great Bazaar.
Oh, yeah.
So this is worth 3 coins. So if you buy the book, you only pay 3 coins and you get the additional one free. You only pay once. So you're getting 2 books for the price of 1 in that instance. So then you could go to the Queen's Commission. That's where you pick these. You put these on the side to the left side of your board. You're trying to, actually, it's not these that you turn in over here. I was wrong. It's the commissions you turn in over here. Sorry. I'm trying to think of everything at one time. These are the ones you turn in over here. I totally misspoke. So whatever says Far Glen, this is the one where you give all 3 resources and you would get 6 points. So you're going to be turning that in, but you want to keep it near your board because you might get a deed. I had one that gave me more points for if I had sets of he had the same thing. If you had a certain set of 3 of one of these cities or whatever you want to call them, districts.
Where you delivered.
Right. You would get additional victory points at the end of the game. So to correct, when you travel, you're turning commissions, not your heroes. Then you could go to the Runes of Yin. That's where you pay a coin to move this 1 space for each coin. You get whatever reward is shown on there. They're all upgraded resources, so that's really cool. So no matter which one you get, it's going to be upgraded. Then you also get to move 1 additional space for each hero you have on the top of your board. And then you can pay a lantern to roll the runes dice and collect the reward. There I would have got 2 coins. And I already covered the travel. And then your rewards down here that you get if you are the active player that started the travel. You can either get one of these wagon upgrades. You can only have 1 for the entire game, so you want to choose carefully. Or you can get an illuminated dice. The only ways to get illuminated dice is through the travel and I saw. It might be some on the cards, actually, as rewards. And your player board, actually there is some. Yeah. There's some that you can activate on the companions with that quartz. You can either take 3 coins or you can get a deed. If you take the deed in this slot, you also get 2 victory points. If you take the deed in this slot, you get those resources. You could also opt to take the top of the deck, but you don't get any rewards in additional to taking the deeds. And again, these are all in-game points, so you want to keep those secret and trying to achieve as many as you can. Like this one was be impossible. You had to deliver 12 or more of the heroes and commissions to get 2 victory points times 1.
Yeah,
so
I only did 8.
Yeah, that one was a hard one, but there were several different ones. The commissions, for me, were easier to do than the heroes for some reason. I had an easier time. I know why, because you could travel. That is the cool thing. When another person travels, that's another reason you want to take part of the caravan. Whatever district they choose, if they choose Kursakon, or however you pronounce that, you can either go on that one or Night Poem. So if you have anything that can be delivered to one of these 2 purple ones, that helps you. You don't have to take your turn to sell those. I did that quite a bit. It was very helpful. I got lucky. So these are the 2 green, these are the 2 blue, and these are the 2 purple. So that's what one cool mechanic in this game that no matter who's traveling, others can participate and deliver their things as well. And then you just keep playing. I think it's 13 rounds because I can't remember exactly how many rounds.
Did you talk about the market?
Not yet. So we went, I will go home. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And then I'll get the dice. So the market's very easy. You pay 1 coin per space that you want to move this. You do have to move it at least 1. You can come back around to where you were, but you would have to pay 4 coins to get there. So 1 to 4 coins depending on where you want to go, and you just collect the resource that's on that wheel. The way these dice work, you're going to be pushing dice, and when you put them up on the board, you take them out off the board at the end of your turn and put them to the side. So when you get to the point where you have no dice in your reserve, you're going to take the dice that you've already played, put one back in the supply, re-roll what you have left, and put that in your reserve. Every time that happens, you will be doing that. At some point, you will have no dice to roll because you're going to continually get rid of one each time you have to do that. That's how you know you have 3 rounds left. You go through these. Once the game is ended, then everyone gets one more turn to travel. You don't do anything but travel. All you're doing is choosing where you want to travel to and deliver. And you can only choose one. So that's a strategy that I don't know if you did that. I had several things I could deliver to one of these districts when I knew I only had a few rounds left.
Yeah.
And that was very helpful. But it got me points instead of coins, and I needed coins.
Yeah.
So it actually hurt me, although it could have helped me though if I'd had more coins. So I know that was a quick rambling overview, but there's a lot to this game, and it would take a lot longer video to explain everything in detail. So what did you think of this game?
I really like the components, and this is the standard edition. This is not even the upgrade. The upgrade has like metal coins and cool looking lanterns and stuff like that. But this is really like the components. The rules are really good. The illustration, the font, easy to read. So really cool components. Replayability, high replayability. Well, kind of mid. Because the setup time
is a lot.
The setup time's it's going to take 20 minutes or more, maybe, depending on how many people are helping. Even then, it might take 20 minutes. So, but it's a huge endeavor to set up, and then of course tear down. Probably another 15-20 minutes. So you're looking at 35-30 minutes just set up and tear down. And then the game length is 60 minutes to 120 minutes. So you're looking at an hour to 2 hours. So it's a big game. So mid in the replayability. Mechanics, I really like the mechanics. It's kind of point salad. Plus there's so much to do. It has different areas. It has 5 areas to go. They are coming with I think that they already have an expansion. No, I think it's 5 territories.
Oh, okay.
That's what they said on the video.
Okay.
But yeah, and they're coming out with an expansion, which or have one already out, which introduces a lot more. So really like the mechanics. Overall total, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. I really liked it. It's cool design, a lot of options, a lot of strategy. It is a little luck based on some of the rolling dice because of what you can do, but it's very strategic at the same time. So highly recommend, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I didn't show you. This is cool too. This is magnetic.
Oh, you might want to move the dice first.
This market board, pretty cool. It's a strong magnet, but it surprised me. I didn't know this when I was setting up. I was like, oh. It was pretty cool. It was a pleasant surprise. I'm easily entertained, obviously, but I just thought that was pretty cool. But just the mechanics in general, it looks like it would be too much, like overwhelming, but
yeah,
it's not though.
It's not.
It's not hard.
No.
It's just a lot of choices. It's a lot of choices, but the book is very good at explaining those choices. We also watched a great how to play video. He described each section. So if you break it down in sections, it's not overwhelming. You do not need to know. Like we played and learned with the book. After we watched a how to play video, of course, I always set up before we watch anything. I set up the game totally before that. We watched a how to play, and then we just used the book as a guide for each section, and it was very easy to do that. So we were up and playing after the setup, I would say easily in 20 minutes. So it's not an overly complex game, but it's just it's a lot to digest if you try to remember all this. So after you play 1 round, 2 rounds,
2 rounds,
it goes fast. The first 2 rounds took a long time because we were like, you're trying to figure out what's the strategy, where should I go, what should I do first.
The first 2 rounds probably took
a while,
10-15 minutes each.
And then, but after that, it was pretty smooth. Once we went around the board one time, that was more than a few rounds actually, but then it went smoothly and the game went really fast. It would take a lot longer with more than 2 players because the decisions of where to go and what to do.
There is a lot of downtime per player.
Yeah.
So you're probably looking at I'm guessing 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, easily. Because sometimes you're doing multiple things. There's just so many things, and you're trying to keep track of your abilities. You do get a Steed card, I think it's called, with an ability. They are opportunities to gain more of those. He has 2 of them, I think.
Yeah.
There's I didn't go over. There's a companions that once you use them, so they still cost the fire blaze thing to activate. All of the companions do. The ones with the circles. Can I get one of yours with the circles?
Which one?
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
So the ones with the circles are a one-time use thing. So you use each circle and that companion's done. This one, however, it's like a boomerang. You activate it and then you pass it to the person on your left. When they activate it, same thing. That one was a cool one. That allows you to take the shortcut road without paying 3 lanterns. Normally you have to pay 3 lanterns to take the shortcut. The reason you want to take the shortcut and travel is, remember, you get 2 rewards instead of 1. So that was a great one, but of course you do have to have those fire blaze things, and they weren't that easy to get. I only had a couple.
I ended up keeping it for a while because her points could stay back.
But yeah, there is just so much you can do in this game, so many decisions, but it was fun in a good way. I was in the mood for a game like this. You have to be in the mood for a game like this for sure, but just the whole not knowing, that's what makes it fun too, but not knowing exactly how many coins they have. Is it their points or their coins that are going to be their score? Him, it was kind of obvious because he just kept going coin, coin, coin. So I knew for a fact I needed to beat his score, not his coins. So I was just tracking that the whole time. And so that makes it fun too, just kind of figuring out your opponents, especially if it's someone you know really well. They're kind of easy to figure out, but
we've almost been married 21 years.
you just kind of, that's a lot of fun too, just figuring out what is their strategy.
After 21 years, we don't have a poker face. We know each other.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this game, and even though it was long, it didn't feel like it was. It didn't feel like it was long just to be long. It felt like it needed those rounds for you to really accomplish much, because there's only 5 spaces you can go. The dice determine your number of moves, and you only get so many dice. So, you got to make every move count in this game, definitely. And so that's what causes you to have to really think about. I was playing on several turns in the head. I would look at my commission. So if I get that commission, then I got to figure out how to get that delivered. Is there any way I can get or actually when I got a hero, when I get a hero, I would then try to get the same commission of the same district, because that's a way to double up and get more rewards at once. So there's all kinds of different ways you can just really rack up the coins or the points, but and manipulating the market price. There's so many things, so many decisions. So if you like that type of game, the type games where it's there's several options you can do, and it just determines the outcome of how many victory points or coins you're going to get. And it's just at the same time you're kind of keeping track of your opponents. It's just, to me, I love that type of.
It kind of reminds me of. Remember Guildmasters?
I remember we liked it, but I don't remember.
I think it has also a screen where you're try and track your stuff, and it had a lot of options. Yeah, it has that same feel. So I'm guessing if people that like Guild Masters will probably enjoy this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It won't. I mean, maybe for some people, for us, it won't make it to the table a lot, but it will make it to the table. Like, this is one we really enjoy playing.
Oh, what would you
And-
rate it?
Oh, I would give this a 9. It's something I would definitely want to play again, and I'm scared of the expansion, but curious about it at the same time. I wonder what it adds. I haven't looked at it, but hopefully it doesn't add too much, because there's already so many decisions to make. So I wonder what that adds. But so hopefully this rambling helped you to decide whether this is a game you'd want to check out or add to your collection. I would highly recommend it.
I would highly recommend it.
So, and if this seems like your type of game, you'll probably would enjoy it. But he'll put the link in the description so you can check it out for yourself. Please give this video a like. Hopefully, you'll share it with your friends if there's someone you know that may enjoy this type game. Feel free to leave a comment if you've played this game already or a game similar. Just let us know in the comments. We do get those as soon as we can. Thank you again for watching. If you're not already, we hope you'll subscribe. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you next time.